also your show, because even though, like, I guess, it says Talking Crap with Tania Estrada, there would be no Talking Crap podcast if it wasn't for Jimmy James.
No.
Yo, it wouldn't be. There wouldn't
Aww.
be, dude. There wouldn't be. So, all right, you guys, I'll see you. Show enough on her. Hell yeah. Little Chris Chavez joined. C Base Abraham 48. What's up, you guys? With Chan Loke in the house. Huetolachi Metzel, what's up? Forever Young 40, Lucky Cat, hello, Big Red 52. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Queen Sophia, hello, hello. All right, you guys go over to youtube.com/Tania Estrada 334. It is Monday, July 6th today. I think I got that right. So for all of you guys that are joining that hear me on Quake's House, I'll be on Quake's House on Wednesday. So be sure to tune in at XM Sirius channel 96, the Kevin Hart LOL network. I'll be on live with Quake at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So all right, you guys, see you over on YouTube. Peace.
All right, we're live.
We're live?
Yeah.
Okay, have we been live this whole time?
No, just when you started saying how it's my show too.
Yes.
somehow the live button mysteriously got pushed.
Just turned on. Okay, good. So at the same rate, I'm going to open up my Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't see you. So I'm going to do that thing that I do where I take the link, right?
Yep.
Oh, I'm dying over here.
You can just go into the notifications, and you'll see that your page is live, and then you can just share it.
Oh, can I? Let me see. Oh, there we go. Watch video. It never works.
No.
That way. Let's see. Guess I have to go to watch video. There we go. And now I can share to a page. There we go. It will not let me share to my page. Wow. Okay, they're going to be like that about it. I see. Hold on. It's all right. You got all the time in the world. Copy link. Haha. Oh. I will raise you one and go around the backside and raise you another. How about that? There we go. We are live. Let me see. Live now. Talking Crap podcast. Blam. All right.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The beauty about that part is that I wasn't doing it, Jimmy James, and I really need to do it because, that's my original page that I've had forever. Right. So a lot of people have notifications on that. Yeah. And so as soon as I go live or post something, people get that notification. And so it keeps it cracking. It keeps our live viewership going right now. So Jimmy James.
Yo.
I love that you're chilling at the Simpson house.
It's been that kind of weekend.
Yeah, it's been that kind of weekend. It's been something else, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's like it's one of those weekends where you just run into the house and you just want to sit on the couch. Yeah. Just thank the good Homer that you're all right.
Oh, you mean, are you talking about the fireworks, the bombing in Baghdad, or are you talking about other stuff? Are you talking about not being in Newport on a Friday night?
That was wild. You sent me that. You sent me that link. That Newport had a high tide and the boats were coming in. They said it was flooded ankle deep 3 blocks in. Which was ankle wild. Deep. Yeah.
Dude, pray for Newport, dude. Pray for Newport.
They've got so much money. They're going to be okay. They've already built new boats.
They've already went and got new Teslas, you know?
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. But I gotta tell you, like, 4th of July was so fun this year. So
Really?
we just put lawn chairs outside and like just watch the fireworks. Like like the energy was just really good. It's like everybody was setting off fireworks. Did you see that video, that the helicopter footage where the helicopter just went through LA and it was like psh, 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 psh,
Mm-hmm.
psh.
I did. I did
I
see
think
it.
it's awesome. It's so cool.
I have a different perspective.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I was not down, you know? I felt like that, you know, that dog, you know, that got left at home by herself.
Yeah.
And just had to deal with all the and it was so loud. And you know, I had homework. I had homework to do.
Oh.
All I did was uh go eat at Paula's house, you know, and came home. And I was like, I got homework to do. And it was so loud. Like, I wasn't for it. And at one point, you know, there was stuff landing on my porch.
Oh, wow.
Because East LA, man, dude, nobody celebrates unemployment like East LA. You know, like they are spending the hell out of their stimulus check. I'll tell you that right
Same
now.
here. Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
they must have went probably about 6 hours. 6 hours of fireworks. From 7 o'clock at night till about 1, 2 in the morning. They did not stop. And at one point, it was everybody going for over 3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours of fireworks. At one point, I tweeted this too. It was like, there was so much smoke on my street. I was waiting for Michael Jackson to walk out of the smoke and be all, "Come on, Dirty Diana." Oh, it was bad. So I'm just glad it's over, and I will plan ahead next year not to be here in East LA on the 4th of July. I don't think I've ever been here on the 4th of July. I don't think this is my first time, because last year we were recording an album, right? We were recording the Slaughter Before Slaughter album. Yep. And then the year before that, I was in Mexico. And the year before that, I was in Mexico. So, and I think the year before that, I was in Mexico. Mm-hmm. So it's celebrated completely different because they go out to the beach and do it. And we all do it as a community. Yeah. So it's not like hearing all this noise. So I'm totally being a Karen right now. Like
I hear what you're saying though, because we hung out with the neighbors across the street and their little boy who's 1, and we're really close with them. If it had just been us, it would have been it would have felt flat, right? Mm-hmm. But we were hanging out with them. We had those glow bracelets, mm-hmm. A ton of sparklers. The night before, on July 3rd, I was unwinding, so I had a small little glass of whiskey, mm-hmm. and I was like, Jenny, I'm gonna go get some fireworks. And she's like, are you really? I was like, yep. I have a feeling like, you know, it's gonna go off, and we're gonna be the only ones without them. So I ran down to Inglewood. I got one of those like little boxes of. Basically, it's just like fancy sparklers that, you know what I mean? Like nothing goes in the air. Uh-huh. So I got a little box, got a ton of traditional sparklers, mm-hmm. For the kids. And mm-hmm. then we set up on 4th of July, and the baby was just like, she was going bonkers. She was just running back and forth across the driveway with her sparklers. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you saw that video that Jenny posted, but she had a sparkler and she was like, whipping it around, and she lost control of it, and it landed right next to Jenny's foot under the wagon that we have, and it's like it's a collapsible fabric wagon. Uh-huh. And you see the look on her face. She's just like this, like looking around, just going, oh, that's not good, and she froze. It's the best video. But we were we were up for a while. We all took naps, and it didn't kick off until about 9 o'clock. For us, it went from 9 till 3 in the morning.
What? Your street went that long?
3 in the morning.
Dude.
I pounded 24 milligrams of melatonin, and it knocked me out like Mike Tyson.
24 milligrams?
Yeah. I usually do about 6, right? And so at 3 o'clock, all of a sudden it was kaboom, just everything went off. And I was like, oh no, they're still going. But it was the only way to go to sleep.
Dude, so tell me about melatonin, like, we'll get to melatonin, but no, keep going. So what time did you start passing out from the fireworks?
We started at like 7:30 just because the kids, right? One of the other little neighbor girls came over. So we went from 7:30. Olivia tapped out at 9:30. She, like, when she's done, she hits a wall and she's like, somebody please put me in my bed. I'm done. Right.
So 9:30 she was good to go.
Yeah. 9:30 she tapped out. So she went to bed. And as soon as I put her to bed, and then we just went and hung out on the front lawn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We ordered some tacos from the taco guy. So we had a couple tacos, and then, the melatonin takes about 45 minutes to kick in. And I was like, you know what? I think it's time for me to go to sleep. So
45 minutes?
Takes about, at least for me, it takes about 45 minutes to kick in. Yeah. So I waited, went in, popped melatonin, took a shower, cleaned up. And by the time I was done, like, my eyelids were droopy. So I was out like maybe 11 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. 11 o'clock, you went to sleep?
Yeah. Passed out hard.
So you slept through all the fireworks?
Yep. Until I got woken up at 3 o'clock with that big one. And then they were still going at 3 o'clock. And then I went back to sleep. Our friends who live like almost Beverly Hills sent us a text, and they said, we're looking south in your area and your neighborhood's on fire right now. Like, you guys are partying hard. So apparently, like, the Beverly Hills and Beverly Hills adjacent neighborhoods didn't go quite as hard.
Oh, well, do they have a restriction on fireworks there by chance? Do you know?
There's a restriction everywhere north of Inglewood.
Really?
Yeah. So Inglewood's the technically like the closest place to LA where you can pick up any kind of firework.
So basically the fireworks that were going on in your area were illegal?
Oh my God. Yeah. The rockets. Well, yeah, technically, even the ones that I got, like the little ground ones were illegal. And, I think I got brave because I was like, you know what? They're not going to be able to arrest everybody because these fireworks started a month ago, Have you heard the conspiracy theory about the fireworks?
No. Lay it on me.
Ooh, so the conspiracy theory is that the police have been dropping off and setting off fireworks for the last month to get everybody desensitized to explosions and to loud booms, so that when martial law kicks in, people don't freak out.
Well, I mean, okay, martial law. Let's talk about martial law for a second. What constitutes martial law, and what happens when martial law is in place? Like, what if they were to declare martial law? What would it be? Let's see. Let's read the official definition, just so that we're clear.
Just so that we're clear. Martial law is the imposition of direct military control of normal civil functions or suspension of civil law by a government, especially in response to a temporary emergency where civil forces are overwhelmed or in an occupied territory. So basically, you don't have the police anymore. You have the army patrolling.
So do they give tickets, or is it just warnings?
I would think it's a lot of firepower, right? Because isn't that why you would want to call in the troops, right? Is because like you need the firepower.
Well, I mean, you would think that if the troops are rolling down your street, you would cool it. You would be chill. You wouldn't go up against an army tank, right?
Yeah.
Right? But right
Yeah.
now, everybody's getting really disrespectful with the police. Everybody's talking about defund the police and, disassemble the police department. And I don't think, when they say, be careful what you ask for, then that's when you would have martial law, right? So you'd have military coming in with army tanks. And if you don't abide by when they tell you stay in the house, what are you going to do? Are you going to get all brave and be all, fuck that, you can't tell me what to do? Because I think the next thing would be all, you know what I mean? They just shoot you down, right?
I think you'd see a lot. I think you'd see a lot more of that. I think shit would definitely get aggressive.
It would be totally. I mean, like if army tanks are rolling down my street, I'll tell you what, I won't even look out my window. I'm good. I would, I'm not going to mess with that. I want to live. But for people that don't want to follow the rules of staying in the house and you want to get crazy out there, you've had a little too much drink, maybe a little too much meth in the system. You're feeling all Superman-ish, you go out there. I think they'll just blow you away, right? I think if martial law would be in place, it would pretty much just be shoot to kill. They're not going to give you a warning. They're not going to be like, if we have to come back out here again, I think they're not going to fuck around.
Don't make us come back.
Right? You think they're really going to go with the don't make us come back? Like, it'd be nice if they did.
So I don't know if I buy into that conspiracy theory only because people got a couple extra bucks in their pocket. They've had a couple extra bucks in their pocket and a lot of free time. So immediately you pull your money together and you go, okay, where can we go? 4th of July is coming up. Where can we go get good fireworks? And you either run to Mexico or you run to Arizona, right? I don't even think you can get decent fireworks in Nevada anymore. There used to be a big warehouse outside of Las Vegas. I don't know if it's there anymore, but so I don't know if I buy into the conspiracy theory, but I think it's interesting.
I'll tell you what I think's interesting. I think it's interesting that people want to work for little measly pay, right? Try to feed their families, try to make it out of the ghetto, trying to do that whole bit, right? And now you're getting hit with all this money. You're getting all this money. And you're just going to go spend thousands of dollars on fireworks. And you're just going to, you're basically just blowing up money that you don't have. Yep. I guarantee you, if we took 3 houses just here on this block alone that I know don't have money because they're stealing the gas from my car.
Come on, gas is I saw gas for $2.20. Don't steal. Come on,
and
guys, don't steal gas.
You know what I mean? And I know they stole my gas because I didn't realize that my little door was open to the gas cap thing was open, and I was like, I thought I just filled it up, and all the gas was gone. And every time that I used to go out, they used to be all, hi, how are you? And I don't see them for shit anymore.
Wow.
That whole it's that vibe where you're just like, I didn't even get an invitation to their barbecue.
That's so whack because you have a Prius, so you only can carry 5 gallons at a time. That fucking sucks.
3 gallons, okay? 3 gallons. They stole all 3 gallons of my gas, so the joke was on them.
And it's
But
old gas. It's
and it's
old
old gas,
gas.
right? Because it's just been sitting there.
It just sits there.
It's just been sitting there since March. You know.
Oh man, that sucks.
And I know that, and I know it was them, especially. I didn't get no invitation to their barbecue. And they invite me to every party that they have, like,
Wow.
and I didn't get an invitation this year, which is fine, not like I would have went anyway, because I know they stole my gas. But if we took that house and two more houses on this block with all the fireworks that they lit off for at least 3 hours, between the three of them, they could have bought a Honda Accord.
For sure.
They could have bought
For
a Honda
sure.
Accord. And it's just like, damn. Like, so there's one thing that I don't like to put my money in. It's gambling and fireworks.
But what about the stock market?
Now, the stock market, yes, I'll put money in the stock market. Yes. I have a little stock market account that I've been trying to, throw a few dollars that way.
Here and there.
Dollars. Yeah.
But that's kind of like gambling in a way.
It's gambling, but it's saving towards my future in case I hit it big, and some stock that I have will flourish or do good. Right now, the stock market is really not a thing to, I think, really mess with, just because it's so uneasy. But I hear that day trading is the thing right now. Like, if you can get into day trading.
What? I tried to do that once, and I fucked up real bad.
Really? How?
Yeah, man. Well, so there's so many, there's so many different ways to like approach it. Mm-hmm. You kind of almost have to use trading programs that will buy and dump stock at a very rapid rate. And those programs are not cheap. The last time I looked. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to jump in and out, a couple positions every day. And so I put like 10 grand. This was years ago. I was like, you know what? I'll start it with 10 grand. That feels like a good number. I can make some money. I put it into Washington Mutual, the bank that no longer exists. And then 3 days later, the fucking bank closed.
They fucking took your 10 grand and fucking booked it, dude. Really?
It was done. Yeah. And so I still have all that stock from Washington Mutual. It's frozen in my stock. It's frozen in my account, and it's got like weird codes for names. So they're still there, but I can't do anything with them. And so, yeah, it was just, so I realized, okay, this is not for me.
Jimmy James, that sucks.
Fucking sucks. Yeah. But this is when everything crashed back in 2008. And so since then I've gotten back into it, and there are a couple companies that trade publicly that are doing magic mushroom research. So I am invested in those, and they've done very well.
Really?
Yeah.
You might want to shoot over which one those are, because I have an Acorn account. I have an Acorn account, and I put in a few bucks into, like, I own stock in GoPro. Like, that's what I wanted to buy, like GoPro and arrows. But yeah, I hear day trading is the thing. Like, you have to time it right, from what I hear.
Yeah.
You have to time it right. And you have to like wake up like at a certain hour, like when the market opens.
At fucking 4 a.m.
or 1 a.m, depending on where. Yeah. Take a nap, wake up, and try to do it. But like, if you could do it right, like, and you can make killer money in just a few hours, and then have the rest of your day. But it's building up that money, to trade with that money.
Yeah.
So how much are these trading programs, like the software, like the actual software?
Man, the last time I looked into it, there were a couple $1,000s.
What?
Yeah.
As an investment, like a upfront investment,
or you pay investment? Yeah, just to get the program. And I remember them being on PCs only, not Macs. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to go get a PC. It was just too gnarly of an investment to do it. And now there are rate limits, like speed limits that are put on certain trades. And certain companies have these, and what they do is it's almost like trying to like use a bot to go in and smash tickets out of Ticketmaster. Like if you hit refresh too many times, they're like, oh, we hear a robot. We're going to go ahead and put you in timeout for 5 minutes. So they have programs like this as well.
That counteract the program that you
They
have.
counteract. Yeah. They counteract the bot that you have.
So then your $1,000, couple $1,000 of buying the software just goes down the drain, basically.
Possibly. It's so interesting, right? Like I worked a couple of years at Ticketmaster, and the bots are always becoming like more sophisticated, and they're always updating the code so that they will circumvent whatever rate limiting is in place on the vendor side. So I have to assume that they're doing the same thing with the stock, with the stock market.
Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah. I was thinking about learning a little bit about day trading and see if I can get into it somehow.
How much money would you need to make in 1 day day trading to say, okay, I'm done for today?
I would be cool. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like gambling. I feel like when you get too greedy is when you lose out. It's when you lose out, like if I made a few $100 a day, I'd be cool. If I made what I would make working an 8-hour workday, right?
Okay.
So an 8-hour workday, this sucks too when you look at the math. Like when I think about what it used to be like when I worked a 40-hour week job, and I thought I was making good money.
Yeah.
It sucks, man.
Yeah.
$20 an hour, right? Like as an accountant, right? That's what I was making. Yep. And 8 hours, that's $160 a day. That's 8 hours of my day to make $160. Like I would rather sell drugs. Fuck that. Like,
that is not a lot of money for a lot of your time, dude.
Dude, but to think that I did that 5 days a week.
Yeah.
5 days a week, 40 hours, not to mention the time to get up and get ready and drive over there.
Would you take work home?
Would I take work home? Let me think about it. What work did I have to take home? No, accounting, pretty much I had to do it there. I don't think there was ever really anything that I had to take home. Like I would do it all there. Trying to think what other jobs I've worked where I had to take work home.
Homie, for the last 15 years, every job that I had to take work home.
What?
So it wasn't just 40 hours a week. It was like 60 hours a week.
What job was that?
Oh, like all these tech jobs.
Really?
Yeah. So this is how they get you. They go, you know what? We're going to give you a top of the line laptop. Whatever you want. You want a PC, you want a Mac, we'll get it for you. This is your laptop. If you quit tomorrow, keep the laptop, right?
What?
Totally. The laptop in my backpack right now is from my last job. And so then what happens is there's this almost like this feeling of obligation, because they go, oh yeah, like the fridge, it's just full of beer. Just whenever you want to have a beer, just have a beer. All right. You're like, oh man, this is a really sweet deal. And then they're like, oh, there's snacks, and we order food Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So don't worry about lunch. And there's an expense account. Spend $30 a day if you want. Like, take your coworkers out to coffee. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really instill yourself in a leadership position and fucking bribe the people around you. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead and like bond and everything. And you're like, oh, all right. And then they bust out, oh, there's a couple arcade machines over here, and there's pinball over there. This place is the best. Like, it's
that's
awesome.
How they set up your job.
That's how they set up the job, dude. Yeah, my last office job was like that, and I was like super starstruck. I was like, Oh,
Starstruck on what?
on all the free shit, man. Yeah. Yeah, and all the free shit. There was a dude, there was a bar, you know me, there was a barbecue in the back there. Like, anytime you want, just expense a bunch of meat and just cook for everybody.
What?
So imagine all this time you're taking out of your day for all this fun stuff, right? You not only have to do that work at home, but you probably didn't schedule the meetings that you were going to schedule, right? You didn't have the work conversations that you were supposed to have. So you actually, and I think you end up spending more time working because you're playing catch up and you're taking that effing work home. So by the end of my run there, I wasn't about the free stuff at all. Like, I was avoiding it left and right. That they would have a food truck come once a week, and I was like, I'm gonna sit here because I want to leave my laptop in the office. I don't want to take it home, right? And it was like a take your ass home every night and do work at home.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, that's how they do it at Netflix, right? Like, you can get all the beer that you want. You can drink on the job. They bring in food trucks. They got snacks. They do that at production offices too. You know, they'll fill the fridge. They have snacks. They have coffee. Like, they have, I mean, and like, not just coffee, like the badass coffee. Like, you know, the little Nescafe pods.
Yeah.
I never knew when I look back on it now, it was like a whole, like, it was like a time Ponzi scheme.
It is, man. It is. Like, you gotta figure out how to do your own thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I like doing my own thing. I think my own thing worked out when I got let go from my last job. What were you gonna say?
You froze a little bit.
Oh, I did? My Wi-Fi is not letting me be great today. I don't know.
Sorry. Okay. So your last job.
My last job, it was when I got let go. The cool thing about getting let go, and I got let go because the girl that I had been training to do my job, to help me in my job, they were already eyeing her to take her, pay her less, and let me go, because at that point is when I was like, my acting was really like kicking ass. Like, every audition that I went out on, I was booking everything left and right. So not only did I have to leave for the audition, I had to take time off to go film, right? So I used it very lenient in that sense. And one day I just walked in and they were like, you know, we're letting you go. And I was just like, okay. But they sent me home, you know, with I like to call it an entertainment scholarship.
Okay.
Unemployment. So
Sure.
I was able to carry on and just do my own thing with unemployment. But at the same time, that's when Uber and Lyft started coming out. So I first joined Lyft and I started doing that circa 2012. And then my friend got hired at Uber, and she was like, Evie, as a matter of fact, Evie got hired at Uber. And she was like, hey, if you sign up with Uber, you get $500, I get $500. So it was during that time. And then when I was working Lyft and Uber, they had this thing back in 2012, 2013. And I know that people who work Lyft and Uber right now are going to be so pissed off to hear this. But they used to be like, okay, if you drive with our platform between the hours of 7 p.m. and 3 a.m., we'll pay you $25 an hour.
Oh, wow.
And so back then you're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to drive with Lyft for $25 an hour. I'm not even going to log on to Uber, right?
Yeah.
So then Uber said, if you work with us between the hours of 7 p.m. and 3 a.m., we'll pay you $35 an hour.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like,
wow, they're just doing this.
They were just doing that on top of that. Yeah. And then they started raising the bar. They were like, if you get someone to sign up, we'll pay you $1,000 and we'll pay them $1,000 for signing up. So it was just like Uber completely flooded the market
Wow.
with lifting and all of that. So, my thing was that I would come home, I would go to sleep, and then I would wake up and I would jump on and I would work all these hours on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then I wouldn't start back up working until Thursday morning. Because Thursday morning at like 4 a.m, dude, everybody's going to the airport. So those rides were just paying out ridiculous amounts of money.
Sure.
Ridiculous amounts of money. And then I found La Cita. I got hired at La Cita. And I was doing both for a little while, maybe like not that long. It was over pretty quickly. I just was like, you know what? It's so much better to work at La Cita because I was getting paid my hourly, but the tips that I was getting per hour were like astronomical, dude. I never knew that bartending could pay so much money. Like to get paid that much to talk shit and serve drinks all day. I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful to make it like an office. It was like an office. It was office hours for me because people could come in. They knew where I was from a certain time to a certain time. They'd come in. They'd talk to me about whatever it is they want to talk to me about. And, they'd stay and they'd have a really good time. And now that's over.
Yeah. So have you heard anything about them opening up? Because like the big story over the weekend was the Comedy Store opened up.
What?
Right? Yeah.
No.
Well, they opened up for like 1 or 2 days and they were going to have, they had this, if you go on their Instagram, they got this really cool picture of the patio and they have tables. They're like, just come down, get some drinks, get some food. No shows, but we're going to open up as like a little restaurant, right? Come and hang. Then like a couple days later, boom, shut it back down. And so the word on the street is that they might go under.
What?
Yeah.
They don't own that property?
They do own that property, but they won't be able to keep it. They won't be able to keep it up and running.
What? The Comedy Store? No.
I know, right?
So Polly owns that, right?
I believe so.
So see, this is the thing. A lot of places are closing because even though they did a moratorium on people's rents, like people not being able to get evicted, they didn't do a moratorium on commercial property. So if you own a business and you have a commercial lease, you still have to come out of pocket and pay that lease.
Oh, man.
And it's because you're contracted. Like you have to pay what you contracted out to have that space for however much time.
And commercial properties are not cheap to rent, dude. We're talking like tens of thousands.
Depending on the area.
Yes. What's up with La Cita? Have you heard anything about how they're doing?
Yes. So the beautiful part is that the owner, Carl, he owns the property. He owns La Cita. And so that's all his property. Him and the other investors. Not a lot of people know this, but the bar industry downtown is actually owned by a bunch of owners that are all partners. So they own a lot of the bars that are already out there that are popular, like the El Dorado, the Shortstop, Down and Out. They're all like, La Cita, they're all owners. I don't know what other parts, like if they own those pieces of land, but I know that they do own La Cita. So for as long as it takes, La Cita will remain and it will stay there. But the cool thing is that Carl was very smart not to, shout out to Carl. I love you, boss. You're the bestest boss ever because you've kept me this long and you never fired me. I love you.
How long have you been there?
Dude, next month will be 5 years.
Oh, yeah, that's a lifetime at a job now.
5 years, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like half tenured there.
Jesus.
Five wonderful years, 5 amazing years. I just never knew that bartending could be such a fun job. What a treat, dude. It's like and doctor's salary of entertainment right there. Like it's kept me. I've only, I used to work 3 hours,
Mm-hmm.
3 days a week, and then I took it down to two, and I keep afloat, with that cash flow. But so Carl was really smart. He closed that week, that March 14th week, that
Yeah.
Sunday, and he remained closed. And when everything started opening up, he wanted to be very, very vigilant in the way that he was going to open up. So he wanted to see other bars that were opening up and kind of see what their protocol is, to see what they were doing. And he didn't open. And then he was set to open August 1st. He wanted to open. And then they just shut everything down, here in the last week.
Mm-hmm.
And he was so happy that he didn't open, because he was going to open 4th of July weekend, and moved it up to August 1st. So thank God, because that would have just been a huge, just, I don't know. I think for everyone, it just would have been a real mind fuck in a sense,
Yeah, just like a disappointing false start.
a disappointing false start.
Yeah.
So it's all good. And thank you also to everybody that donated money to the GoFundMe, for La Cita, for employees and stuff. So we have a nice little emergency stash for emergencies, in case we need it. So it's awesome. But yeah, dude, I can't even see the Comedy Store going under. Like, that would just be a trip.
I know, right?
Total Armageddon. Total crazy Armageddon. Ugh.
Yeah, I guess the Laugh Factory's not doing well either.
Yeah. But he owns that piece of property too, right? That's his.
I don't know. Jamie, yeah, I don't know if he
I
owns
would
it.
have, dude, he has to own that. I imagine. Like, there's no way that he could have even kept up that rent, for whatever it costs to have a building right there on Sunset.
Yep.
That's crazy. So, but the food industry's doing good.
Did you see that Uber bought Postmates?
What?
Uber bought Postmates.
What?
Hey, take a guess at the price.
A guess. I'm gonna say $12 million.
No, 2.6 billion for fucking Postmates.
2.6 billion.
So Postmates has been the hot shiz for the last couple of months. And like, I know we use Postmates. I used to use Grubhub, and I got burned. I got burned a bunch of times in a row, and I was like,
how'd you get burned?
Food showing up like hours late. The wrong food showing up. The customer service, like, you'd call up and be like, hey, I didn't order this. And they would be like, okay, well, here's $5. When you order through one of these apps, it's like minimum $40. After all the fees and stuff, probably more like 60 if you get a couple dinners. So yeah, I bounced away from Grubhub and went to Postmates, and now I'm so bummed out because, like, I'm not a fan of Uber. I'm not a fan of their culture. Like, all the broness,
The broness? What do you mean?
The broness. Yeah, well, their CEO was like a full-on bro.
Explain.
There's a whole. I'll send you the link. I don't know. I don't remember the story well enough to tell it, other than he was a bro, and he was really pushy with getting his employees to party and to bro down, and it was a fraternity like culture that he had built, and the board of directors ended up firing him. They're like, no, man, you got to go. But a lot of that mentality has stayed. When you were just talking about the Uber versus Lyft battles, like I remember, I forget this dude's name, but I remember the CEO at the time was taking it personally, and he was sending around like really awful emails. and just being a bro about it. I don't know what else to say. Also, if you like the Zanku chicken story, I think you like the story of this guy, the guy that was running Uber.
Is there going to be murder in this Uber story? Will there be murder?
There's definitely a lot of partying. There's a lot of shitty emails, a lot of shitty vibes. It made me flip over to Lyft. I was like, I'm gonna use Lyft. And this was back when like Lyft wasn't as big, and it took twice as long to get a car. And the people that were driving Lyft, like at least at the time, they weren't quite good enough to drive for Uber. So like you get like a lot of weird rides and stuff like that. But yeah. So anyways, Uber just bought Postmates, man.
Dang, 2.6 billion. I said 12 million. Like, dude, okay, in 1984, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I'm at 1984 prices.
Yeah, no cash, all stock.
So, really? All stock?
It's probably why the price. That's why the price. Probably why the price is so high. Because it does feel like a really high price. If it was cash, it probably would have been lower, but because it's stock, it's right. Because there's an element of chance when you pay with stock.
Yeah, like what if they like phase out Ubers? Like what if during this whole coronavirus thing, they phase out Ubers? They're just like, you know what? Like Ubers are transmitting coronavirus. Like riding in the car is transmitting coronavirus. You know do you know how expensive Uber rides are right now?
No. How
expensive are they? Dude, expensive. Watch. I'm gonna order an Uber right now.
Okay.
To La Cita. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go from my place to Santa Monica.
Okay.
Let's see Lyft. Let's compare.
Okay. Let's see. Uber. All right. Here we go. We're pulling up the apps.
I don't even remember where my icon is because it's been so long.
I'm surprised I even found it. There we go. Here we go.
All right, loading Lyft. All right, I'm actually going to go over to Sawtell. Because that's I used to go there a lot. Whoa, man. Okay, it used to cost me $6 to go to Sawtell. It's $18 now.
You know what? I'm gonna go to the airport. Let me see what it says. If I was going to the airport, what it's gonna charge me. Okay, where would I be flying? Okay, I'm gonna say American Airlines. Okay, Terminal 4.
Wow, that's Lyft. That's 3 times what I'm used to paying.
So you're taking a Lyft, right? I'm taking an Uber.
Yeah.
So to La Cita, it would take me from here, would take me about $13, but they're estimating maybe $13.15. To the airport, it's estimating to LAX right now would be estimated $34, but it could run $31.37. Now let me pull up my Lyft account. All right, let's see what it says to go to La Cita. All right, it's asking me to select a Lyft XL, or a Black. I'm gonna do, okay, now they're giving me this whole COVID, be sure to ride with a mask.
Don't sneeze on the driver.
Confirm, yes. Yes, this is where I'm going. Yeah, done. Confirming your ride. They're not even telling me how much it's going to be first.
Whoa. Get in the car. We'll tell you when we get there.
Cancel ride. Yes, I want to cancel ride. You didn't tell me how much it was. Hold on. Dang! $18. Dude, wow. For reals? You guys are tripping. You guys are tripping. $18. The hell am I gonna get a blowjob in that Lyft?
Yikes.
$41 to take a Lyft out, dude.
That's like 40%, man.
Dude, they're giving us the white girl price right there. That's like
The white girl price.
that's 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 what I say in Mexico when I'm trying to buy something in Mexico and they like double, triple the price on me. I'm like, oh, you're giving me the white girl
Don't give
price.
me the white girl
You
price.
know? Yeah, they'll give me the white girl price. That's the other thing too. When I buy stuff in Mexico, like I lately, like when I've gone and I wear Bobby's stuff, my One Love, One Tribe apparel stuff. When I show up all matchy matchy with the matchy tank top and the matchy pants and the matching mask and the matching purse, dude, price fucking quadruples on me. I'm like, I'm like, I need to not match my clothes and I need to carry a bag of dirt. You know what I mean? That I can put myself before I ask how much
The
when I go to
discount dirt.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put dirt on my face and on my chest, you know, bring down the price.
Get one of those disposable face masks and just let it get dirty.
Yeah.
Just put one of those
Yeah.
fuckers on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the middle of trying to get another passport. I need another passport. I am passportless now. Passportless. I'm passportless. I had to call Dr. Hino. I had to call the stem cell doctor. And guess what, dude? He did me a solid. He sent me my passport letters, my emergency letters, dude, on a Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah, on a Sunday. He was at home. He was at home and he did it and he did up a letter. And then I needed an additional letter for the passport office. And he hit up the other doctor and told him that I needed to come. Dude, the other doctor did the letter and sent it over. Signed.
Wow, that's cool. That's good. Yeah, good for you, man. That's awesome. So now you got the letters. How long is it going to take you to get the passport?
It's getting somebody on the phone to give me the appointment to go down there. Like I called down there yesterday and I got, snappy snap. Whoops, boring myself. I called down there and I got transferred and I got transferred to like a voicemail. It sounded like someone's cell phone kind of thing. And so I'm waiting to hear back. So it's going to be getting that appointment. But if I get that appointment, I can get the passport same day. I think it takes them maybe 4 hours to print it and put it together and put the book together.
Got it.
And then I pick it up.
And you can't get an appointment online?
Oh, hell no. Like mine. If I did it online, we're probably looking 2021. Like it's so backed up. Like so right now they're not giving appointments unless it's a life or death emergency.
Oh shit.
And I'm at emergency status right now. I'm totally emergency status. As you know, I'm going through my womanly stuff, right? I'm going into, did I discuss this last time with everybody?
I don't know where this is going. If you did, I blocked it out.
Okay. It's that traumatic. Like, no. I don't want to see. No. I don't want to see.
No.
Make it stop. Make it stop. I'm in premenopause.
Now, what's premenopause?
Premenopause means that I'm getting hot flashes. And I'm my period's weird, right?
Okay.
My body feels weird. I get bouts of insomnia. And it's just and in the beginning I was really irritable. Like I was a real fucking bitch. Like I noticed too when all of a sudden my bitch switch came up. I was like, oh, like that's not me. Like I'm usually pretty happy, pretty good mood generally. So the bitch switch came on and I was like, something's weird. My ovaries actually felt like butterflies in my stomach, literally.
Oh, shit.
Like not even butterflies, dude. It felt like hummingbirds. Like I just felt this vibration on both sides. Whoa. And I was like, okay, I've never felt this before. My ovaries have never done anything but kick my stomach right before the egg drops. I know when my period's coming because I feel this like papa, like right in my ovaries.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, engage. Oh, you know, like that's how it
Okay.
goes. But this was different. This was like,
Oh wow.
and I was like, okay. And because it happened like in January, that's when that voice kicked in, you know, that one in my head that said, bitch, stop drinking. Like it
Mm.
was just, and it just was a combination of everything. So as soon as I stopped drinking, I felt better. But I kept smoking weed and I kept smoking weed and I kept smoking weed. And I was like, you know, I'll be fine. But unfortunately, I smoked so much weed that I ended up eating all my estrogen. Apparently, from what the doctor told me when I got over to Mexico, is that weed, when a woman smokes weed, a lot of weed, it eats your estrogen.
Mm.
So I just chewed up all my estrogen. So I got my results back, and my estrogen level is at a 0.1%,
Whoa. What's it supposed to be at?
like above a point 0.3. Like it's supposed to be up in the general like point 0.4, point 0.5, point 0.6. I'm like one number below zero where I have none,
Yikes.
where I have nothing.
You're
Um,
riding on fumes.
I'm riding on fumes, dude.
Yeah.
Totally riding on fumes. So I had these really horrible, I mean, horrible hot flashes, like where my body just felt like it was on fire. Like I
Mm.
would take a shower and I would get out and my body was just on fire. And I was like,
Oof.
oh my God, like this is horrible. And I'm not one to be hot. I
Yeah.
hate it. So when I went down there finally, and you figure I went through this whole COVID, you know, quarantine time knowing something was wrong with my body, but there was nothing I could do. Now it's not a good idea to go to the doctors here. You can't get an appointment. I
Mm.
wouldn't even want to step into a doctor's office in the United States. So when they were like shutting everything back down for May 15th, I was like, man, fuck y'all. I'm out on essential business. I am
Yeah.
taking my medical essential business card. Remember, and that's when I got the
Yep.
first letter to go
Yep.
over there. And dude, best $222 I've ever spent in my life. It was $222 to get blood work, to tell me everything that was going on with my body that totally confirmed that something was not right.
Wow.
And so the treatment now, the problem is because I'm not in menopause. I'm in pre-menopause. So I, you know, what people usually would do is they go on hormones. But the problem is that if I go on hormones, I risk the chances of me getting cancer.
Oh.
Could end up with some kind of cancer.
Oh.
So I have to basically tough this out, kind of thing. So I need to go back for a few reasons, a few medical reasons. And one of them is that my period did not come like all of May or June. June, it didn't come all of
Oh
June.
wow.
It did not come. I was just like, my period's gone. Dude, I have been bleeding now. Literally on Thursday, it'll be 2 weeks that I've been bleeding straight bleeding. And not just clot bleeding. I'm like bleeding like watery period blood. Watery. Like just like if you took period blood and you added water and you just poured it like
Oh,
pee,
that's not good.
that can't be good, right?
No.
You know,
No.
and I'm still alive. Like you know what they say, what
Yeah.
bleeds for 7 days and doesn't
Don't
die, you
die. Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's me.
Are you like doubling down on like red meat and iron and all that stuff right now?
No. They gave me an estrogen cream when I was there that I was to use for 30 days and then come back and do blood work to see where I'm at, to see where my levels are now, to see if that
Mhm.
pushed my percentage up a little bit and see where I'm at. And I have not gone back. And now I see what they mean. Like, you need to come back in 30 days. If you don't come back in 30 days, something really bad could happen. oh, what could
Yeah.
possibly happen? Like bleeding out, like, and just bleeding out internally.
Shit.
So I'm like on an emergency. I gotta go this week and go see the doctor in Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
heavy, man.
Yeah, for real. It's heavy flow, heavy, uh, heavy. And like it's cool that I can talk to you about this because you have a
Yeah.
wife,
Yep.
and you're totally
And a
mature,
daughter.
and a
Yep.
daughter, that you're
Yep.
mature, to talk about this. But and it's nice that I can talk to you about this, but also too, you never know who could be listening that could be going through the same thing.
Totally.
It could totally help them. So I'm going back, and my option is, so I don't go on hormones, is to go through a stem cell treatment with them. And that's, I remember I would be going on stem cells. That's what they were talking about. So we're going to see where I'm at. Going to get an estimate. I feel like you're taking the car in, check to see how the transmission's
Totally.
doing.
Yep.
Yep. And so that's going to be my goal this summer. I was looking at getting a car. I think I'm going to get stem cells instead. I think I'm going to work on my, this motor first.
Yep.
And I'll just ride out the car till the wheels fall off, which I love my car, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, that, I don't think you're gonna bury that car. You know what I mean? Like,
I hope so.
Some cars just kind of fit your personality. Like, I think that car you're going to bury, like that car is going to go before you. And it'll be a hard goodbye.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, so where would they put the stem cells, and what would you hope the stem cells would do? Did you guys get that far into the conversation?
Yes. So the stem cells would be done through a UV, like a UV and IV. It would be through an IV, like they hook you up in your farm, and it would be 10 days worth of going in for like 3 hours. Like, imagine dialysis but different. And I sit there, and then they put these stem cells in me. And what it would do is it would basically regenerate the inside of my body, all my internal organs, and it would kick my body to start producing estrogen again naturally.
Wow. Okay. So this is like a full system boost, not just we're gonna jam some stem cells into your lady parts.
No, they're not doing it into my lady parts. They're doing it into my body. So it's like basically like they're going to be putting alien jizz inside of me. Alien jizz. That's what I like to talk about stem cells. I call it alien jizz. So they're going to put alien jizz inside of me, and it'll regenerate everything, but it'll also regenerate my skin. It'll regenerate my hair. It'll regenerate. I will probably go back about 10 years, 10 to 15 years of where I'm at right now. It'll kick me into my yeah.
I want this. I want this. If they decide to give you a 2-for-1 deal, let's go halfers on it.
Really?
Oh yeah, I would do this I would do it in a second.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
That's funny you say that, because I was talking to Bobby from, Bobby Badass. Shout out Bobby Badass, One Love, One Tribe Apparel. She was telling me that her head designer at her manufacturer for the clothes, and she's Latina. I don't know if she's from Guatemala or from Mexico, but they have a doctor that comes down, and they have the implant. It's like a pig implant, and I've heard of this before. And they implant this into your body, and it's just kicking stem cells into your body. And I had a friend that is a Mexican lady, and she got this pig stem cell implant in her arm from somebody else. Dude, she stayed that age for years. She stayed that same age. She did not age past that age. She just stayed that age. And the one thing that Bobby was saying about her designer is that her hair got really long and really thick, and you could tell a difference. And that only cost $1,200 to put that implant in.
Okay, look, that's one stimulus check, right?
What's
That's one COVID check. Yes,
yes?
yes, yes. Rewind me back 5 years.
Uh-huh.
Take my COVID check.
Yes.
That's so much more valuable than fireworks.
I was just
I'm
gonna say the
in.
same thing,
I'm
right? I'm
in.
in.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah. I agree with you. Much better than putting it into fireworks. Put it back into your body. Put it
Yeah.
back into your body. So there's gonna be a lot cracking in Mexico. A lot.
So you get to go for 10 days at least,
I go for
right?
10 I go for 10 days, but the
Uh-huh.
other thing that I'm raising my cash for is I'm going to go get my nose done again.
Mm.
And not for cosmetic reasons because I'm good with it cosmetically. It's my breathing because of the remember if you guys listened to a few episodes ago, it was a couple episodes where I talked about where I got my ass kicked by a guy that I was dating and he
Mhm.
fucking broke my nose. And so this divot that I have is basically starting to do something on the inside and it's messing up my airways.
Oh.
And so I need to go in and get it redone. So that way I can sleep soundly and I don't wake up in the middle of the night. And also to for it gets all dry and just the whole 9 yards. Like it's like a deviated septum again. But
Oof.
he quoted me it's going to be $3,800. And the cool thing is that I would take that receipt and I would turn it over to the state and then they give me a check back for it.
Oh. Yeah. What are you waiting for?
I gotta get the 3800. I gotta get the 3800
You got
and
to
make
pay out
sure
3,800.
get the 3800
Got it.
together, right? Because I got for my for my bills, right, to take
Yep.
care of my bills. But now it's that extra chunk of money to have to go down there and have that, and also be able to pay my house still and pay all my bills and
Yep.
be gone for a couple of weeks while I get that done.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, so it's so I'll get there though. I'll get there. It just a few more months. Oh, when's my birthday? Next. I wanted to do it for my birthday, but I think I'm gonna wait till September because
Mhm.
the doctor. Shout out to Real Doctor Tijuana, bomb ass doctor. He just got back into practice, and so I want to give him a little head start to get his hands all worked.
Yes, dude. What do you mean he went back into practice? Why was he out of practice?
Because they closed all the medical offices that were
Oh, okay.
non-essential. So
Okay.
he wasn't available for his routine stuff is BBLs. Like he does BBLs all day long. Which if you guys don't know what BBLs are, is when they take your fat and they reshape your whole body. And he does like mommy makeovers. So he puts boobs on you and like gives you like a flat stomach and puts all the fat in your ass. That's what he does. But he's a master magician in the nose job department. Like he's so good that when he did my nose job, what was that? I think you know what? I just hit 3 years from when I got this nose job. It was
Mm,
2017. He's so good that nobody could tell that I got a nose job.
oh,
Everybody
nice.
was everybody was just like, "Did you cut your bangs?" I was like, "Yeah, I cut my bangs."
The banks.
You noticed? Oh yeah, I cut my bangs. So, but after the break, I noticed that it does look a little bit different, and I do want to get that all taken care of as well while he's in there. Why not? Get me back to my pretty nose.
So are you going to get that done are you going to get that done the same trip as the stem cells? No, you're going to wait,
No,
right?
no, I'm gonna
No.
wait. I'm gonna probably do the nose first because I can get the 3800, pay the 3800, get the 3800 refunded, and then by then have enough to clear because I think it's going to be
Yeah.
probably about 6,000. They were estimating for me, it would be somewhere around the ballpark between 4,000 to 8,000. When you're in cancer mode or you're older, it's a lot more expensive. We're talking 10, 15,000.
Oh, wow.
So they're saying that for me, because I'm early on, we're addressing other issues. it's not going to be for that. So it'll be less expensive, but I'll find out. So yeah, like that's, hey, what else is there to do?
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Save
What
your
else is
pennies.
there?
Go get some stem cells, man.
Yeah. No, definitely. Definitely. And then I won't have to go with the whole hormone therapy thing. So yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah, don't do that, man.
No, no,
No.
no hormone therapy. I'm good.
Go get the vampire syrup.
The vampire, the alien jizz vampire syrup. Vampire syrup.
Well,
Um,
we're at an hour, homie. What else you got?
what else do I got?
What else you got?
Shoot. Um, oh, I know what. My spices. My spices.
Oh.
My spices. That's a thing that I'm working on right
Boom,
now.
boom.
Boom,
Oh,
boom. My spices.
yeah.
Watch. Let me see. Do I got one right here? Oh
Womp,
yeah.
womp. Oh,
Yeah, here we go.
yeah.
Here it is. Tanya's Secret Spices All-Purpose
Oh,
Rub. If you guys can see it. So shout out to my management team, JKC Management, right? And shout out to my PR senora, Miriam. Love you, girl. She's really good at thinking about branding and branding stuff.
mm-hmm.
So, I've got these spices, and they sold really well when I would do the comedy shows. Like I'd set up my merch table with my shirts and the spices, and dude, the spices would just fly, like just
Yep.
out, because it's such a cute label. They made me all Betty Crocker-ish. But Miriam told me that I should do recipes with my spices. So
Nice.
dude, I figured out the most awesome recipe for guacamole.
Ooh.
I figured out what the key is to making amazing guacamole.
What is it?
You have to do everything in steps. Like you can't throw everything in there and fucking just mix it up. Like you have to give it love and separate everything in the way that you do it. You want to hear?
Yes.
Okay. This should just be a segment where we just geek out over food.
Yeah,
right?
totally,
And make
totally.
people drool, because that's the thing that I'm working on right now on my free time. Besides school is a whole nother beast. Oh my God, that's just been school is, wow, what a way to get my brain to expand like I never thought it could. But I am grateful for that, to see my brain do things that I never thought I would do because I was always stoned. And now I'm not stoned.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm
Yeah.
not stoned.
You went from being a full on stoner to a scholar.
Dude.
That's a really big swing, man.
I'm all about paradigm shifting,
Yeah.
And if you don't know what paradigm shifting is, look it up.
Go to school.
Go to school. So what I did is, so I figured out that in guacamole, you have to use lemon. You need lemon in order for it to not turn brown and for there to be a flavor that tings. And there's a recipe that I used to use off the Betty Crocker cookbook, because that's how I did a lot of my recipes, was just the plain old Betty Crocker cookbook with the plaid, hardcover. That's what I worked off of.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a great recipe that I used off of that, but I kicked it up a notch with my spice. So I used the all-purpose rub, right? So it's the spice is basically for barbecuing, is what it was made for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where did you go? Oh, look at that. Oh, you have it up.
There it is.
Oh, that's so cool. All-purpose rub. There it is, available. Yes, the all-purpose rub. So that's so cool. You have the picture. I was like, where did you go? Thank you for putting that up, Jimmy James.
Hey, no worries.
And how do people hit that shopping cart? It's
talkingcrap.myshopify.com.
Okay, you guys, if you guys want to order it, talkingcrap.myshopify, right? .com.
.com, yep.
Beautiful. So what I did is I messed around with the measurements of the spice, because you can't just dump the whole bunch of it. But I'm writing a pamphlet, from Miriam's suggestion, to write out a little booklet that can go with the spice.
Nice.
So I'm going to have all my secret recipes are going to go in this pamphlet with the spice. And so what it is that I took a quarter cup of lemon juice, right? And I took a tablespoon of my spice, a whole tablespoon, and I dumped it in there. Then I took a quarter cup, or not a quarter cup, I took a half teaspoon of my Himalayan salt, because Himalayan salt is very strong in itself. So I put that in. So it was a cup of lemon juice, quarter cup, a tablespoon of my spice, and a half teaspoon of the Himalayan salt. And then I took 2 garlic cloves and I pressed them and I put them in the solution. And what I did is I pressed a spoon, right, to get the oils out into the liquid, and I let it sit there. And meanwhile, what I did is, I took out all the avocados. And I think it's really important when you take out avocados that you don't leave any of the black stuff on there. Some avocados might get old, or you might have to scrape some of the avocados.
They're a little bruised.
They're a little bruised.
Yeah.
Take the bruising out. Take the bruising out. Don't throw the bruising in. It tastes
different.
It does.
Starts to taste like the skin. It gets it gets a little bitter.
It gets nutty bitter.
You got to clean up your avocados.
Yeah,
clean up your goddamn avocados.
Yeah, come on, you guys. Don't be lazy. You know what I mean? Don't be lazy. Clean up the avocados. So I'm going to definitely put that in the pamphlet. Is don't throw in a bruised avocado. No. Cut around it. Scrape the top off of it. It'll be so worth it.
What's really hard is that we have this notion that avocado is a luxury food, and you can't waste any avocado. So for somebody to it's heartbreaking when you open up an avocado and you're like, oh, this has gone bad. And you have to chuck it. You're like, oh, my heart hurts.
Yeah,
right?
It does.
And so to open an avocado and to throw any of it out is just, we're not programmed to do that, because
you want to save the avocado because it was expensive. And it's I'm going to try to, and it's disgusting. And it, like you said, it tastes like the outside. It's horrible.
Yeah.
So I cleaned out all the avocados first. I took out all the avocados and I took out all the bruising, and I left those there. But before I did all that, I prepped all my vegetables that I was going to use. My tomatoes, a couple of Roma tomatoes, about a quarter cup of cilantro. Wash that, right? I'm experimenting with different chilies. So I used jalapeno, I used serrano, and árbol de chile, which is a different chile that people don't know. I got fresh ones, but I also get the dried ones. And so what I did is I chopped up the cilantro first in a chopper, and I used 1 tablespoon of cilantro, right? And then I also so I washed out the food processor, and then I put in the chiles, and I do that whole mixture of chiles, dude. Be careful. It's total fucking pepper spray in your face. Pepper spray. Just when you open it, you're like, so I put that separate in a separate bowl. And then I mixed up the tomatoes separately, right? And then I mixed up the onions separately. And another tip for if you're going to plan to have avocado for a while, don't put onions in it, because onions end up making it go bitter, really fast. So if you're going to use onions, know that you're going to have to eat that guacamole within a day or 2 days.
Oh, wow. You know what I like to do? I like to take my sliced onions and put them in a bowl of water. It pulls out a lot of that funky chemical in there that makes food go, it doesn't really go bad, but the onion kind of takes over, right? And it does that with guacamole. Yeah. Soak your onion, do it as the first thing that you cut, first thing that you prep, fresh out of the fridge. So it's still cold, right? Because if it's cold, you're not going to cry, right? And then throw that bad boy after you chop it up into a bowl of water while you prep everything else. It will your dish will last so much longer.
Oh, that's so good to know. It's
Yeah.
that chemical. It's that slimy, like pungent thing that smells like armpit. I know exactly what
Yep.
you're talking about. I
Yep.
did not know that I can let it. So see, so I can do that. So now, okay, I'm gonna try that. So I'm going to slice the onion when I do the lemon thing, and I'll sit that in water while I do everything
Sit in
else.
water. Yep. Because it's two chemicals that
Uh-huh.
exist in two different cells.
Uh-huh.
And then when you cut the onion and you break those cell walls, those two chemicals mix together, and that's what gets funky.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, people, you're learning something
Mhm.
here. You're learning something here. So, what I did is I smashed up the avocados first by themselves, right? Got them all mixed up with a fork. And then I poured half of my solution, of my lemon spice garlic solution, Himalayan salt solution, and I poured half of it into the mix of avocados. So I mixed all that together first and tasted it, and I was like, oh my God, it's a perfect amount of seasonings in there. If I
Nice.
would have thrown the whole thing in there, it would have been too much.
Yeah.
It would have been overpowering. So then I threw in the chopped cilantro, mixed that around,
Mm.
right? Then I added the jalapenos. I added a tablespoon at a time, because if you throw all these jalapenos in there, all these, like, you're going to end up having a super hot, like, guacamole that's going to be overpowering. So I started folding everything in little by little. The tomatoes were last. And then I was like, it tastes good, but it needs one more thing. And so I added a little bit of garlic powder in there on top of that, and black pepper. And I ended up getting a chile de árbol, the dry ones,
Mm.
the Japones chiles. And there's a trick that Rosa taught me. I put them on the fire and just roasted it black. And then I broke up piece by piece by piece into the guacamole. Dude, it was fucking
That sounds
perfect.
awesome.
It was so good. So for my next trick, um, because I've been promising you this since from, remember when you did the barbecue for me and Paula,
I do. Yep.
our first dinner. You
Yep.
want enchiladas from scratch. So
Yeah,
I'm
of
going
course.
to, so I went, actually before this, I went to Vallarta Market and I bought 20 of the green tomatillos, the green tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to experiment and do a green enchilada sauce from
Nice.
scratch to make
Nice.
enchiladas, so I can make you guys a casserole of enchiladas. And you guys tell me what you think. Let me
That
know.
sounds awesome.
Right? I know. I think it's gonna be so good. Like, and I'm in the mood for it. It's like I'm in the mood for enchiladas right now. I think that'll be really, really good. Really good.
Enchilada, especially green enchiladas, are fantastic.
Yes.
Do you are you into hot jalapenos or mild jalapenos?
I'm
What's your vibe on the jalapeno?
I am a mild jalapeno like
Mm.
I'm a mild chili like I'm a mild spicer throwing to a little bit of hot, like just a tang of hot, like not where it overpowers all the flavors of everything
Mm-hmm.
else. I want like I like to compare my jalapeno hotness to how big will I take a dick. Like, like I want to get to the edge of like where it's enough,
Sure.
but not where it's like overboard. Like,
Sure. Sure. Because as soon as you jump up to Serrano, it's like, okay, now you're talking a
mhm.
little bit more spice. Do you know that there's a way to pick mild jalapenos versus spicy jalapenos at the market?
I can't wait to hear this because I have been trying to figure out
This is
how it,
it.
okay. All
This is
right.
it.
Lay it
Okay.
on me, Jimmy
Okay.
James.
So the next time you
Uh-huh.
go to get a jalapeno,
Mm-hmm.
look for the jalapeno that has little white lines on it.
Uh-huh.
The little white lines are an indication that that particular flower that produced that jalapeno was pollinated a lot. And the more pollinated that jalapeno, the more sugar in it and the spicier the jalapeno. So if you get a jalapeno that's got little white lines on it, it's
Uh-huh.
hot as hell.
So are you talking about the white lines that look like they're all wrinkled up?
Yes.
So those lines.
Yes, those lines. Now, the interesting thing is that watermelons do the same thing.
Uh-huh.
So when you go to buy a watermelon, if you see those little white lines and you see almost like, I guess their lines are like little raised mountain ranges almost
Uh-huh.
coming off from where the stem is,
Mm-hmm.
that watermelon's going to be really good because the flower was super pollinated and there's more sugars in that watermelon. With the watermelon, the sugars get sweet. With a jalapeno, they get spicy.
So the watermelon that I'm looking for is the watermelon with the more white lines in it.
Yes.
Like it has more white in it.
The little white
Oh.
lines. Yep. No like thumping or thunking or any of that. Like get the one with the white lines. It's never done me wrong. And with the jalapenos, you'll go now when you go and you look at jalapenos, you can look and go, okay, this one's going to be hot. If you don't, if you want to test it out, get one of each and try them both.
I just bought a whole bunch. I always want to go pull them out of my fridge.
Yeah.
You want me to go get them? Hold on. Let me
go
get
for
them.
it. Yeah.
And I'm also going to get another thing that was actually funny because I want to go back to Pray for Newport, the video. Hold on. Keep him talking, Jimmy James.
I'll keep him talking. We're going to edit this out for iTunes. Luis Fernandez on the Facebook. 52 minutes mentioned. It's called Complete Submersion when we were talking about working fireworks outside, working at a company, and they give you all the free food and the free computer. Yeah, bad time. Tania's running to go get her jalapenos. Who else is on? Myra on the YouTubes. See, Tanya got some new flowers. They're awfully nice. I see is that a t-shirt of Paula? T-shirt or a pillow? Let's bet. I think it's a pillow. I think it's a snuggle pillow. For snuggling. For getting your snuggle on. So Tanya mentioned it earlier. Slaughter album. Wrapping it up. It's being mixed right now up in the Bay Area. Will be done in a couple weeks. And then we may take it to vinyl. We may not. Not sure yet. It's going to be one of those projects going to be good to wrap up. So Martin Moreno on vocals, me on vocals, Tanya on guitar, me on bass. Oh, here she is. Oh man, you got the yellow ones too. Nice.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm gonna have to set up right here. Hold on. I got all kinds right here. Mm-hmm. It's like total show and tell.
Is that ice cream?
Hold on.
You brought out ice cream? Oh, what? You know, Wonder Woman ice cream? What the fuck is that?
People have been, the Wonder Woman. Remember the Wonder Woman ice cream that I was eating on Friday night?
I don't remember that. I don't think I saw that.
You didn't see, dude? That was the end of the video. Remember? Did you get to see the video that I put up on my Instagram story? Or you didn't see what I was doing? When I was sitting with dude, I can't believe that I have over 3,000 views on the fucking video.
On Wonder Woman ice cream. I don't remember. Something happened Friday night. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me catch you up. I guess.
Catch me up.
Okay. So I was sitting here on a Friday night, not knowing what to do with myself. Mm-hmm. Should I start my homework? Shall I think about getting stoned? And I'm not going to get stoned. What am I going to do? Right. And then all of a sudden on my iPad, I see a notification that says KTLA 5 is live now. Newport is getting flooded. Newport Beach getting flooded. And I was like, is it raining? And I was like, so I threw it on, and the helicopter was over Newport Beach, over the pier. And you could see all this water that is in the pier, like it's on the boardwalk,
Yeah.
it's in the streets, it's everywhere. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be here a while, because it was like 9:40 something. Dude, I was like, I fucking got popcorn. I'm gonna go pop some popcorn. I'm gonna fucking sit my ass right here on the iPad.
I do remember. This is a very long video. I remember this.
Yeah. 2-minute video, dude. 2-minute video has over 3,000 views. And the funny part was that I sat down with the popcorn, and I was like, this would just be funny, because one thing you know about me is I don't go nowhere without makeup, right? Nobody sees me without makeup.
Yep.
No one's ever really seen me without makeup. And if there was going to be a day that I was going to not have makeup on, was it a spur of the moment, beautiful thing as watching Newport Beach get flooded out of nowhere, right? From a wave that came in and just was like, fuck you guys. Like, if there has ever been a moment where the ocean was taking a rest, it was during this time. And for all the people that thought that they were going to go out on 4th of July and inundate the ocean with trash, the ocean said, fuck you.
Yeah.
So that's what it was, is I sat down and I was eating popcorn and just kind of doing a reporting live. Because every time KTLA goes on, I get notifications. I have been through the high-speed chases. I love going in the chat rooms, and I love talking shit. That's like my thing. The KTLA Channel 5 chat rooms became like my open mic. My comedy open mic is what I've been using it for. And it's always fun, to like pipe in and just say things that just come off the top of my dome. So that's what that video was just me just being naturally just me, the stuff that comes off my mouth. And it was just perfect because I just happened to have made popcorn, and I was like, what, let me just video some of this as it's happening. And it just turned out to be perfect. But at one point I was like, fuck, this is a lot of pop. I was like, I don't want to eat all this popcorn. And I was like, I have ice cream. I was like, fuck yeah, ice cream. Ice cream.
So popcorn's a lot of carbs, but ice cream's even more carbs.
Ice cream's even more carbs. Ice cream's even more carbs. So I have this Wonder Woman golden lasso, right? Wonder Woman ice cream. Look at that.
That is rad packaging. What's the flavor of ice cream?
Oh, dude. It's fucking magical, bro. It's caramel and vanilla light ice cream. It's light ice cream.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
But the caramel, are you ready how they package it in here? Star-shaped caramel flavored chips.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's little chips of stars. You could see them right there. They're like little stars in the ice cream. And so
cool.
It's so delicious. So I have a new thing, I've probably dropped like 40 pounds since all this happened, right? Mm-hmm. Like about 40 pounds. And I kind of feel like I'm getting a little bit too skinny for my taste. Like I'm used to having the meat packing going on over here, the meat packing factory. And I realized that I really let myself loose on the weekends. I let myself eat whatever the fuck I want to eat. I eat whatever I want.
That's awesome.
And I just go for it. But I noticed that my discipline has been very set that come Monday, even Sunday winding down, come Monday, I eat pretty normal. Like I go back to normal on my eating. I don't get too crazy. But come Friday night, fuck yeah. If I fucking want ice cream, I'm fucking having ice cream. Dude, if I want popcorn,
it's happening.
Oh, it's happening. Dude, I have knocked back 2 of these gallons over the weekend.
Whoa.
So Friday night I finished half of the gallon that I had left, right? And between Saturday and yesterday, no, between Saturday, yeah, Saturday, I think I polished off a whole gallon by myself.
Yeah, dude, if I had that in the house, I would kill it. I went to ice cream heaven
Uh-huh.
a couple weeks ago, right? So
Uh-huh.
because the restaurants have been closed,
Uh-huh.
the restaurant supply wholesale businesses got the okay to sell to the general public, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go because there's one right
Oh.
right down the street from us, and
Uh-huh.
I ended up getting chicken thighs. I got 40
Oh.
pounds of chicken thighs for $18. So the catch is that you have you got to buy a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everything is dirt cheap. It makes you look at a regular supermarket and go, this is a ripoff, right?
Uh-huh.
Their ice cream section,
Uh-huh.
I kid you not, was a wall. It's like this big, long aisle, this wall of freezers.
Uh-huh.
And you know what they had?
Huh.
The fucking tubs of Thrifty's ice cream.
What? No.
Yeah,
No.
because that's where the
No.
restaurants get it. I know, but you got to buy this much ice cream.
I've got a
Right?
freezer. I've got a freezer that'll fit all that. I've got a
'Cause
deep freezer.
Remember, you used to go and you'd go to Thrifty's and they would have ice cream there, and
Yeah.
they would just they'd have that scooper that was like a gun,
Yeah.
right? And they
Yeah.
would wrench it out.
Uh-huh.
They had those tubs there, man.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that logo in so long. You know,
What?
I haven't. You got to
And
go
how much
with
were
me.
they go? I was just gonna say that. I
don't know.
definitely want to go for the chicken. I want to go and do that
Yeah.
with the chicken. But I definitely want to go check out the ice cream. My favorite is the Thrifty's pistachio. That is
That was a good one.
That's my jam. That's my baby girl, like inner child jam right there, is the pistachio. It used to be pistachio and buttercream, butter pecan. So it's pistachio and butter pecan. This Wonder Woman ice cream kind of tastes like butter pecan because it's the vanilla with the caramel in it. So it kind of tastes that way. Funny you say that about the restaurant wholesaler, because I just found a new grocery store where I got this at. So after everything went down with the video, and everybody was like, what kind of ice cream are you eating? It was so funny that the questions I was getting on my Instagram story, right? And shout out to everybody that slides in on my DMs, dude, I probably talked to 50 people in my DMs.
Wow.
On the date, and sometimes I can't get to it, so they'll sit there like in a concentration camp, and when I get a chance, I'll answer you back like when I can. So it's probably about 50 people back and forth, and everybody, when they saw the story of me, and it was just an Instagram story, then they were like, what kind of ice cream are you eating? Like fucking Newport's flooded. No one gives a fuck. They want to know what's going on with the ice cream.
People did not give a fuck.
They did not give a fuck.
People did not. They were like deserved.
Yeah. They didn't
moving
care.
on.
They didn't care.
They
didn't care.
That boat that's washed up, they show that boat that was washed up on the beach. People are like, so you lost your boat. BFD.
Big deal.
Anyway,
okay. Yeah. So people were hitting me up about the ice cream, and I just thought it was just so funny to be like, thank you guys all for, your questions and concerns. This is what it is. It's this ice cream. So the way that video happened was just that I decided at a moment's notice, before the broadcast was even up, I was like, you know what? I'm going to loop that whole thing together. I'm just going to edit it super fast, and I'm going to just post it up. Yeah, I don't have any makeup on. Yeah, it's a total just spur of the moment thing. Who knows? I thought it was funny at the end when you look back at the way that it all played out, especially when the dude did the whole play-by-play, and he was like, back to you. And I was like, thanks, Chuck. It was not planned. It was just perfect the way that it happened. I just thought it was just funny to loop it all together. So everybody was asking about the ice cream. So I got up Saturday morning. I was like, fuck that. I'm going to go back to where I got the ice cream from, and I'm going to buy them all out. So I bought the rest of all those tubs of Wonder Woman
Oh
ice
my
cream.
gosh. How many do you have?
I have, I believe I have eight. Eight of them.
Whoa.
8 of them. And it was the last of them because when I first bought it, they had a grip. And when I went back, there was only 8 tubs. And I was like, fuck that, I'm buying all of them. Guess how much each tub is?
$8. No, what?
Guess again.
Is that too much? No, I had to have been low. $14. How much
You
is
know,
each tub?
you know what? That's so funny. I should fucking sell these, dude. I would make a killing on these, just selling them.
Well, how much are they?
$1.99 a gallon.
Whoa.
$1.99 a gallon.
Yeah, let's put them on the website right now.
Wonder Woman ice cream,
Wonder Woman
$15. $15. That's, you said it here first. Collector's item. And if you get them all, there's a whole story running on the background.
Oh man, it comes with a comic book.
It comes with a comic book in the background. But it's so fucking good. It's so delicious. Like it, and I don't eat my ice cream. I have this thing about food. I have this thing about ice cream. I don't like to eat food straight hot off the press. I don't like food that's been like, oh, here it is. It just came off hot off the press. No, I like to let the food sit, and I like to let it do its thing and get all completely acclimated, and then warm it back up or reheat it back up because the flavors have set in. I've noticed that when I eat food that is hot right off the press, I burn my tongue. I don't enjoy the flavors. Nothing's had a chance to melt. Same thing with ice cream. I usually let my ice cream sit out for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I let it start melting till it gets to a nice little creamy form. Yeah. And it's funny, I'm not in the mood for ice cream today. Like I had my binge. I got this shirt that I'm not going to talk about. And I'm just going to do a photo shoot with it. And I noticed that I was just too thin for what I'm trying to do.
Oh, wow.
So I'm trying to pack on a few pounds before I do this photo shoot.
8 gallons of ice cream will do that.
I think so. But, you know, I don't know if I'm really going to sell any of this. I was thinking about finding a way to raffling it off. Like I know how I'll raffle off this ice cream, right? I'll raffle off a gallon of this ice cream for free if you get 5 of your friends to join my YouTube, and you can prove to me that you got 5 of your friends to join my YouTube and set it on notifications. That's easy, right?
5 friends join, comment their names in the comments.
Yeah, comment their names in the comments. Also add our Instagrams, right? At Tania Estrada 334 at Universal Smoothness. If you get 5 friends to do that on Jimmy James on my Instagram and join the YouTube with notifications, I'll give you a tub. I'll meet you and I'll give you the tub.
Ooh, you'll deliver it.
I'll deliver it.
Within 100 miles.
Within 100 miles?
Yeah.
Within 100 miles, and I'll take a picture with you.
That's a 90-minute drive. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's worth it. It's hard to come across 5 people that add your YouTube. Like, I mean, it's not hard, but, people are lazy. People don't want to do it. So, but I think this is a good, and they can't be fake accounts. Don't be opening up fake accounts. Come on now, people. We're on to that game. We were just talking about bots, remember?
Yeah.
So let's bring it back to the jalapenos because I went and got them. Oh, but first, I want to give a shout out to Moist Pickles. DJ Moist right here. Moist Pickles. I got myself 6 jars today. So
those are good pickles, man.
Yes. And one of these jars is for you, Jimmy James.
Ooh.
So, okay. I know you're looking at it like, oh, I got my pickles.
Yeah, I got
you, bro.
I got you. The baby loves pickles. She ate all the pickles in the house.
Oh, she's, she loves these, doesn't she?
She does like those, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's had those before.
Okay, so here we go. So here's all my jalapenos, and so these are the jalapenos and serranos and the white chilies. This is what I use to make my guacamole, and also my salsas. So I've always been a fan of these white chilies.
Yeah, those are great.
There's something about this flavor that just kind of kicks it up a notch. These are the Arbol de Chile, the ones like they're Arbol de Chile. I don't know why I'm saying like a white girl. Arbol de Chile. These are Arbol de Chile right here. These green ones. They're fresh. The ones I also have the ones that I was talking about come in dried form. But you can also take these, you guys, and you can run them on your open flame on the stove and get a nice smoky flavor before you add it to anything. So that's a little tip. And then here, look at these serranos, dude. These serranos are like mega serranos.
Those are huge.
Shout out to Vallarta Market. This is where I pick up. I shop. So I shop at Vallarta Market. That's where I get most of my stuff from. The Wonder Woman ice cream, I will tell you not where I get my stuff from. I found a new place to food shop. And I'm not going to tell anyone about it because I love going there. Nobody goes there, and it's fucking awesome. But I'll tell you, Jimmy James. I'll tell you after.
Tell me offline.
I'll tell you offline.
So do any of those jalapenos have those white lines on them?
I see one. Are you talking about this little line that looks like it's like a very tiny white line?
No, I see it kind of up at the top.
Uh-huh.
Do you see little, yeah. Are there white lines up there, or is that just?
No.
Okay.
No.
They're almost like little creases. No.
You know what? This is the only one that I see right here that has a crease. See? This is what I've always known. Was that dirt? No, I'm just kidding. You
Polish
see that line?
Chile. Uh-huh.
Do you see that line in there?
I do see that line.
You see that white line?
Yep.
I have a feeling that this is kind of what you mean, but there's like more of them everywhere.
There's more of them. Yeah. That one doesn't, that to me looks like that's more of where the chili was like resting on a branch or something, resting against a branch, and like it grew. Because the white lines I'm talking about they don't crease the pepper. They look like little cracks in the skin.
Uh-huh. Do you think jalapenos get hotter as they sit around?
They shouldn't. So
it's just like it depends on the batch then.
Okay. Depends on those little white lines. I have to go to the market tomorrow. I have to actually get some jalapenos. I'll take a picture and send you a picture of like what those look like. So you have it for next time.
You want to see what my mind is doing right now?
Yeah.
Like what my head is doing. Like it was all like if my life was based on like jalapenos and this was now, it'd be like ex-boyfriend, new boyfriend.
Yeah, that's the real deal.
Or actually, here, let me snip it off. Ex-boyfriend, new boyfriend.
Oh no. So sad. All right, homie. Well, now that you've shown your chilies.
Yeah. Oh. Just that's funny. But that's what if life was right now and I was comparing it to chili. Well, life is not like that right now. I'm just playing. Oh. That's like, but I just think that's funny. Wouldn't that be great, ladies? Like if we can just find out what chili we were getting before you like totally like were like, hey, like I'll be with you. Like you'd get, something like this. Like people usually get like, hello, my name is badges. I think they need to start having like dick patches, on the arm. And like, like you wouldn't even care like that they were ugly. You'd be like, hi, nice to meet you. It's always the ugly dudes with the big peppers.
Yeah, that's but his name says, hi, my name is Herbert. And you're like, yeah whatever.
Dude,
I'm looking at the chili patch.
So back to the dating thing, we were talking about the dating, right? And I want to wait till like till later on to date, right? Yeah. I was watching this. My friend has this Facebook called Plenty of Jerks. Shout out to Andrea Camarena. She runs a great Facebook group called Plenty of Jerks. It's a closed private group of women that date, that online date mostly, and they post all the stuff that dudes send them. like just fucking random shit, like
Oh,
just fucked
wow.
up shit. Like, and it's good. It's more of a safety group in a sense because you get to see what's happening out there and like you get to discuss it. And, you know, it becomes very funny. But this girl posted, she goes, "This is what my life has resorted to." She's like, "Not only did I just sign up for JDate, but now I'm on meetaninmate.com." Like,
Oh my God.
and they were just posting about all these different inmates, like, you know, when they're going to get out, what their crime was. Like, it was just so funny. And I was like, like, you know, maybe I can start pen paling with somebody that has a release date in 2021, you know.
You're very hopeful. It's like it's not like adopting a dog out of the pound, man. Come on.
Well, it kind of is, you
Is
know.
it?
Yeah, you know, that 1900s romance, you know, by writing letters back and forth and putting them in a bottle and, you know, throwing them out in the ocean. I know.
Don't do that.
I know.
I'm looking out for you.
So next week, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Frank Trigg. So
Awesome.
yeah, that'll be cool.
I can't wait. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
that'll be cool. He's up for I think Referee of the Year award. So we can have him talk about that. Hopefully the contest is still going on when we have him on next week. So
Awesome.
that should be going on for a while.
Cool, man.
All right. Well, we did good today, Jimmy James.
Yeah.
I think we got it. I think we got it down. We got it down.
We did.
Yep. So all right, you guys. Well, anything else, Jimmy James?
Nothing. I got nothing. Everybody made it through the weekend. You know, if you made it through the weekend with all your fingers, nobody's doing better than you.
God bless you. You know?
Yes, everything is okay.
And if any of you didn't make it with all your fingers, I hope you were one of the ones that was blowing up fireworks early. Look at you. How did you do that?
Well, that I lost a finger.
What?
On fireworks.
What?
It's bad times.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, you were kidding me.
I was totally kidding.
I was on Jimmy James. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh.
How
did you just do one of these on me right now?
Did
you just do one of these?
Now how am I supposed to play bass?
I know. Dude, you totally did one of those. You know, where you have the stuff. You just did that to me. Right? It did. I was like, Jimmy James, what the hell has been? But, oh, man. It fucked me up right now. You fucked me up right now. That was funny.
You don't want a 9-figured co-host.
No, I don't. No. But I have had a 7-figured boyfriend.
Oh.
I have had a 7-figure boyfriend.
Save that one for next week.
I will. I'll save it for next week.
I want to know what fingers.
Yeah. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight on the Talking Crap podcast. I'm Tania Estrada. This is Jimmy James Callaghan. And we'll see you here next week with 9 fingers and at 8 p.m. That's funny. 9 fingers.
I'm going to go get stem cells on my finger.
Let's see if it grows back
next week.
Let's see if it grows back. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much. Buenos nachos. And we will see you next week.
Peace.
All right.